I've been playing Invincible versus for quite a while. If you look at my Steam page, it says 214 hours. I don't think that's true. I've probably played maybe 100. I leave my PC on overnight. It's bad for the environment. Don't worry about it. And I want to give some feedback about the game and give my honest review. I personally really like the game and a number of things, and I'll talk about that. But while I talk about that, I want to talk about the exact match that I realized things need to change. This is Zippy, who's the #1 player on the ranked leaderboards at this time, and versus me, who I'm like 3rd on the ranked leaderboard. So this is like as sweaty of a match as you can get. And I'm trying a new team. This is my team, Make People Rage. This is my rage quit team. Like, this is just a brand new team I picked up like 20 minutes ago. And we'll get to see the very high level gameplay that goes on. But while we watch the high level gameplay, I do want to talk about what makes this, why I like this game, right? The amount of fan service in this game is really nice. Like the amount of voice lines they have, references to the show, moves that they have in the show that also like match the animation in the game. The air movement feels really good. The combo system is really nice. And it's really new and shiny. It's like there's a lot of cool things to figure out. But this is what ranked gameplay looks like. Neither of us are encouraged to go in because defense is very, very strong. If he goes in, I can heroic strike. My time is not valuable. like he can counter call assist, right? And like if I go in with Cecil, he's just gonna mash Eve assist and then I get full comboed, right? If he goes in with Invincible, I can heroic strike or mash Eve assist and he gets a full combo. I missed to confirm there. He's going in because my assists are on cooldown, right? So we did have to play a little bit. So we are playing around each other's cooldowns, but lane play is very good. Yeah, defense legitimately for a lot of times feels stronger than offense. He eventually gets the hit. I actually take a character, which is pretty good. So we did exchange a couple of hits. But it's too hard to catch, right? Cecil has no mix-up. So I'm just like jab, 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 run away, jab, jab, jab. We go to timeout, right? There's this mechanic called sudden death. Even though I have 3 characters and I have like at least like 50% more health, right? Like I have a full health character here in the back. I have 50% with Cecil and like 30% with Robot. He has maybe 150% health. I have like almost 200% health. It doesn't matter. Even though I'm in the lead in the normal game, I would get rewarded for that. In this game, we go back to even. And it's sudden death. And now it basically becomes who can get the first hit. We're both encouraged to run away. Like I'm recovering boost, right? Neither of us has good mix-up besides throw. I have the best runaway dive kick I've ever seen in a fighting game. I try to bait super, right? I can't run offense because if he mashes super, he wins the game. So I have to boost dash and then block. That's what that was about. Again, I tried the bait. He just ran away. And then he had a good catch because I missed my super jump, right? I have to get the hit. I need to go in. He's legitimately encouraged to run away. Because if he runs away, I'm gonna lose on like health. Thankfully he fucked up and I get the level 3. This is the worst fucking fighting game I've ever played. Oh my god. Look, bro. I was just salty because that match was terrible. And that's how I beat the #1 ranked player. I think there's some issues with the gameplay. And I want to talk about what I would do to change things, right? That was a good level 3 on my part. I will admit. That was kind of clean, but honestly, he kind of fucked up, right? So the first thing, I think the main issue is runaway is too good. Basically, defense is better than offense. And so therefore you're encouraged to run away. There's 2 main reasons defense is better than offense, right? The ending was good, but it's like we had to spend literally 5 minutes of game time to get to the end. And I actually do like sudden death. We'll talk about that. Assist are so good. Eve assist spawns behind me, at least like a character length behind. In the corner, it's basically impossible to stop. How do you stop this? Can you run up jab? Can you run up medium? Can you run up throw? None of these actually work. You just get hit. Even like things that are able to actually like hit her in the air. Like I can literally just mash this on here. Let me like do a block string. If there's ever a gap in your block string, I do Eve assist, it punishes, and by the way, it's like one of the best starters in the game. I get a full combo. You can do the same thing with Cecil.
Need help?
Yeah. I think this is a very easy fix. You just, these kind of assists, you just make them spawn a little bit further. So if I'm doing my block string, I get hit, right? But the reason why pretty much every single top player has either a Cecil or an Eve on their team is for this exact reason. It's very, very, very strong. And basically it's a free get out of jail card. Second thing is armor moves are insanely good. Take for example, Omni-Man here.
My turn now.
What they did in the beta was they made it so Omni-Man's DP was actually heavily nerfed. This is now punishable on block, except you can do a bunch of different things on block, right? So for example, one thing I can do this and then call Eve assist in the back. By the way, you can do this all from a down back because I'm playing standard controls. Do this, mash Eve assist in the back, and now I'm safe. Or if I do it like a bit later, I'm plus 18 on block, right? Or I could do this and then tag in my character just to get her out. And that's not even talking about, there's some armor moves that are just insanely hard to stop. Monster Girl, what is this move? This is -9 on block. But it pushes you out. That's just a free, basically a free get out of jail card. Technically, you can like push block at the optimal timing and like, oh my god, I actually just got hit. And by the way, you get a full combo after that. And then you can punish. But like, there's some moves that you can't even do this. And you can still call assist and tag behind and like all that other shit, right? In my opinion, every single armor move in this game needs like to be completely unsafe. So for example, this Eve,
need a hand?
Legitimately, some of the casts just can't punish this reversal.
All right, coming through.
Unless you have a heroic strike, you just can't do anything. And like, it's -9 on block, but like the 9 frame moves in this game have very limited range and there's like no buffer. So like, if I do this,
Coming through.
it works. If you try that online, it's gonna drop and then just gonna mash their super again.
All right, coming through.
It's gonna look like this. And then they get hit on the second try. Or it's gonna look like this. They do this and then they like tag their character in, right? And not to mention some characters can't even punish because their jab doesn't go far enough, or they're Cecil and they have a gun instead of a jab. So in my opinion, you just make everything unsafe. These armor moves you just can't tag after, you can't call assist. It's a guaranteed punish. Moves like this, same exact thing. Instead of being -9, just make it like -18. I don't understand. Like, why does this have to be like a just frame punish? This shit is so good. It's so scrubby. There's too many actions without consequences in this game. What about Rocket's DP? Yeah, I mean, I guess you could like do this and then do DP, but that's fine. This is a lot better. Like if I'm mashing in down back, I can't do this first and then that, right? The issue is you're just mashing in like down back because you're playing standard controls. Part of this issue is with standard controls. Again, the vast majority of top players do play standard, which means that you could just hold down back and mash one button and like get level 3, level 1. It's very strong, and that's why even though motion controls gives you more damage and it's the proper way to play, standard controls are just too good. So in my opinion, to also discourage the armor mashing, I think you should buff the manual controls. Like give it like, right now it does 5% more damage, maybe give it 10% more damage, maybe 15. I don't know what the right number is. Probably start with 10 and go from there. There needs to be a better reason to play manual, and then manual players will like mash super less, right? Oh yeah, I thought it was 10% too. It used to be 10%, and then I was talking to Rip today. He said they lowered it to 5% after the beta because the damage was too high. And so they're thinking about moving back to 10%, which is kind of funny. So in my opinion, I do like the fact that you're able to switch a lot, right? So like the fact that I can like I could just tag like that, I think that's really good, right? I like the idea of snapping in the problem assist in this game, but like,
Got your back.
it's snapping snapback is really hard in this game because again, if let's say the problem assist is Eve, and then Eve just does this, and then they just get their character in for free. Just make every armor move just like unsafe, and it's just easier. Same thing with heroic strike. Like this move is one of the best armor reversals in the game. So like for example, Mark, like you can heroic strike and get a full combo. Very, very cheap. But like this move should be punishable. Right now, it has variable frame data depending on who you play. So like Marks, for example, is -9. But like it's again -9 is really hard to punish in this game. And like I might drop the punish, might not. Like that needs to be like, if you bait the heroic strike because heroic strike's so strong, like it needs to actually be punishable. Yeah, so like I think the way tags should work, if it's a not like if it's a like something like this, I think you should be allowed to do that. I think you should be allowed to like do something like this and be safe on tag, because that's currently safe on tag. You have to spend bar, but like it's not invincible. I think that's the thing that gets me, is like I don't think you should be able to do like an invincible reversal into tag. Anyways, comebacks are too hard. So the only win con right now is like if you're in that 3v1 situation, like if you look back at the Zippy footage, like what was Zippy doing to like try to make this comeback, right? He was just running away. Like he's encouraged to run away here because he can't. There's no way he's making a comeback with 2 characters versus 3. So it might, and especially if you have 1 character, it's like insane. It's impossible to win. The only win strategy you have if you're down to 1 character is you just run away till sudden death. That's literally it right now. So in my opinion, there needs to be something like every other tag game I've played has some type of comeback mechanic. So UMVC3 has X Factor. Do we need X Factor? Probably not, right? But 2XKO, for example, has Fury, but it also has like a super assist, right? And a reduced cooldown for your assist. Then Impact has basically the same thing as X Factor. This game has nothing. I actually like what they do in Sparking Zero, where the next character, like your last character, they just have a default like damage buff, and it's not too strong, but like if you just do something like make it so you do a little bit more damage and they don't generate like gray health, I think it could work. Or you get more boost damage, boost meters, so you can like move around more. I think that'd be cool too. But you just need some type of buff so that your only win con isn't like this. Yeah, it feels like a lot of times right now, it feels like once you take the first character, you're literally just playing like a 3-minute cutscene to win the game. Because like your win percent goes up so high as long as you can kill the first character, because the assists are just so strong in this game. The thing is, you're just at such a big disadvantage because in this game, like take for example something like this. Something like this, like to get a character out, if you have like a character available, this is a free punch. This is actually fake. If you have no character available, I heroic strike, that's it. Whereas I'm -1 hit there. After I do this, it's my opponent's turn. I spent a bar and a half to try to punish this, and I'm -4 on hit. Difference between having a character that, like just having 1 character in the back is so big, because it lets you punish like all this other kind of shit that is like really strong in this game. So if you cannot do this, yeah, let's say I heroic strike here. I'm -5 there for some reason instead of -4, and they get the tag and they have full boost, and I'm down to like a bar and a half. So like there needs to be some type of like if I'm gonna spend, well, 1, heroic strike shouldn't be minus on hit. That's kind of stupid, but like there needs to be something like maybe I regenerate boost faster, or maybe like I do get like it does more damage if you have a like. If you're by yourself, and they're recovering boost in the back, and they're recovering their gray health in the back. And like even if you get a combo, like your solo combos are bad. Let's say I do this, like more than half of this combo is gray health, and then they just tag out, and you got him like 20 times. This is like easy. I've never played a game where making a comeback is so hard. Actually, the comebacks aren't super hard because you just run away the whole time and wait for sudden death, which just feels like shit. It really does. So like, I think the way you fix this problem is you make it so sudden death, actually, let me see if I can, like in a situation like this, where they run away, like it should scale to the health. So let's say I have 200% health, they have 100%. I should go into sudden death with like 50% more health, right? So that way, like you're encouraged to go in. In fact, we're both encouraged to go in, right? and then you make it so the solo character can like, if they actually get the hit, they have the resources to like actually make a comeback. And yeah, you can't even break if you have a like you're so helpless if you're a single character. Literally the only thing you can do is run away. So I think that would solve a lot of the issues. I still have some other like wish list stuff. We could talk about that. So I think anti-airing is basically impossible in this game. Like if I'm doing this, you can't 2H it. Like 2Hs have no air invel. Like even if I do it early, like I have to do it like basically a prediction. I think like if you're gonna take the risk to 2H, like I think it should like actually beat out, but now it doesn't beat shit. I think assist breaker is really strong. So like if I'm getting a hit, I personally think that like every super should beat assist breaker. Oh, shit. But if I do some other supers, this will work. I think, and some characters literally just can't. Some characters literally just can't punish the like assist breaker with super for some reason. So I wish that like every super just universally, like if you're gonna make the read to like beat of a super, I think your supers should just all beat it. Yeah, and maybe give you a happy birthday, because it's like it's really risky to go for a super because you're basically just cutting down your whole combo. So if you read the timing, it should like actually give you something rewarding. Okay, so about the 2H change is like, it wouldn't even be that good, because like if I try to 2H here, like you're just getting whiff punched and you die. Like this is still, even with anti-air invul, I think like almost no one goes for 2H without a good read. All right, anyways, more unblockable protection. So there's unblockables in this game. Well, not technically, but like something like this, there's a 1 frame gap to block it. I'm in training mode.
Seriously?
And I can't do this in a match. You think I'm doing this like consistently because like they can change the timing? All right, this is like a little bit off, but you get the idea. Is like this is basically impractical to block in a match. I personally think the window needs to be a little bit larger so that like it's still 50-50. It's still a really good guess, but like if you block low, then like for at least a few frames, you have time to switch and you don't have to like perfectly time your block within 1 frame. Again, I'm in training mode. I can't do this very well. Just imagine like in the actual match where the opponent has like variable timing and that sort of thing. So I personally think unblockable, like if you're gonna tone down armor, like unblockables need to be toned down a little bit too. And probably if you're gonna make some like 3/4 of the characters have an overhead assist, some characters just not having over assist doesn't make any sense. Like you should probably make it universal at that point. Like why are we like this is literally the same assist but just worse. Like this is just not, like most of the cast has an overhead and then you just have like pretty much all the bad characters just don't have an overhead assist. It's like what is the point? Yeah, so there's a few that aren't overheads, like Monster Girl and Duplicate and a couple other characters. What a surprise, they're all the bad characters. Just another insult to injury. I think they all could be mids, to be honest, but I get it. You need some grimy offense because the defense is so good. All right, there's a glitch in this game, only online, and I fucking raged because my S is unsafe. I think back throws should be easier. Again, the netcode's not amazing. I mean, it's like decent, but like anytime I go for a back throw and then I don't get the combo, like it's really like here I can do it pretty consistently in training, but like yeah, I dropped it there. Like I don't understand why this is so hard to combo off of. It's not bad, but like when the game gets laggy, there's like no buffer for dash, right? So either there needs to be a buffer for the dash, or like they need to be in hit stun for like a little bit longer. Yeah, there's literally just no input buffer for dash here. I think there's legitimately no buffer for after back throw. So it's like it's unnecessarily hard. And then if you drop it, here's what like if you bro, this shit pissed me. Here's what happens, exactly what happens to me in match. All right, they go for the throw, and then they match the fucking armor, and then you get TOD'd. It is one of the most frustrating things that can happen in this game. Yeah, they need to fix that. And so I think in general, like there just needs to be a little bit of input leniency, like maybe make a buffer for like punches and that sort of thing too. And here's some other like random stuff I came up with. So for some characters, their back movement is like faster than their forward movement. Why can I run away faster than approach? Like Invincible, 2 back dashes, like take him basically full screen, 2 forward dashes. Like to me, it feels like the back dash is faster than the forward dash. And like other characters, it's even worse. Like shouldn't it be the other way around? I don't know, it just seems weird. There's some like really egregious examples. Like you try to wave dash with, I think maybe it's like Kate or like Titan or like Lucan. And then you go nowhere in forward dash and you just like zip across the screen back dash. Yeah, you can kind of see of duplicate, like, but it's not like that noticeable. But there's definitely like some characters that like, yeah, it's a lot faster. But anyways, I think forward movement should be faster than back movement to encourage like less defensive play. I think snapback is basically useless unless like they are low health. Then you get a free kill. But like right now, I don't feel like there's much value going for snap, because while you lock one character out, you don't lock the other character, and they have assist breaker. So what happens is they just assist breaker, run away for 7 seconds, and then tag their point character back in. I think it's a little too weak right now. Maybe like my proposal would be if you're snapbacking, it should like take away their gray health or something. Yeah, I think the backdash, I like really good movement. I think just forward movement should be a little better. Like for example, I think duplicate would be okay. It's just like, bro, she's supposed to be a rushdown character. Forward dash goes nowhere, and she can't air dash, and so it's like she just gets laned out too hard. So like I think they should just, yeah, they just increase the forward movement a little bit if you're not gonna give her an air dash. And then happy birthdays literally don't work. In fact, if I get happy birthday, I'm very thankful because it like scales your combo more. So they should do something there. Other wishlist stuff, better netcode. Like it's decent, but like I thought Killer Instinct was better. It's made by the same people of Killer Instinct. I don't know if it's because it's a tag game, it's harder to do good netcode. I don't know, but I wish the netcode was a little better. It's like, to me, it's like slightly worse than City of the Wolves. Just saying something. They're like, good connections are good, but bad connections, it doesn't hold up that well. It's definitely better than Impact though, I'll give it that. Oh, it's actually a different dev? All right, I guess that makes sense. I thought it was a lot of the old like KI people made this. Better training mode options. So for example, if I want to lab something of Lucan, I have to like swap and then do my combo. And it's really annoying. Every time I reset, I have to swap to Lucan. It's really annoying. I wish there was like just a option to like keep Lucan on point. The only way I can do it now is like I have to go to character select and then repick both teams. And so like let's say I'm like trying to lab out a combo, and like I keep dropping like the last part of this combo.
Need a hand?
Stand aside.
I've got you.
And like if I want to get back there's no save state, right? So I have to go back. I don't know, I just made up that combo. It's pretty bad, but you get the idea. It's like say having save saves in a game like this would be really nice, and like pretty much every modern game has it. And then more stories. Like story mode only lasts for an hour. I heard they're adding more stories, but it is what it is. But all right, that's all the feedback I got. I wanted to yap about this game. I think it's actually really fun. Like I said, I like this game. I think it's fun. I think it's fun breaking the game. I've been enjoying my time. I have a 10K tournament coming up in like 6 days, so I'm gonna be grinding more. It's honestly really fun. I think they just need to cut down a little of the scrubby stuff, and I think the base game plan is actually quite cool. Maybe rebalance some of the cast. Like I think like so for example, like the rebalancing would be stuff like, I hope they don't change things too drastically, but for example like Invincible, like this overhead needs to be always punishable. Right now it's technically punishable at like this range, but like no one can actually do that because it's too fast. Like that shit should be like minus like a shit ton. Give them the same tools, just make things easier to punish. Other than that, like I think even Cecil are fine. You just nerf their assists like we talked about earlier. There's some characters like Alan that are like technically broken because, and Conquest, because the assists like keep coming back in combo. I think maybe you should only get like 1 assist during a combo, and like that would nerf these characters to appropriate level. Yeah, some other assists like Rex's I don't know. I don't want to talk about balance too much, but just off the top of my head, I think robot dive kick needs to be like 10 more recovery frames. I think Rex needs to. He's just too well rounded. He maybe a nerf on his assist or something. Duplicate needs better movement. Monster Girl needs better movement. And I think that's mostly it. Oh yeah, Omni Man needs a damage reduction. This character shits out there. I think he's like glitched in damage. But like you don't need to make any like huge swings, right? You just need to do like minor stuff and then see how the game sells out. Powerplex needs a buff. I just don't know what. Maybe like an actual, he needs like mix or something. Or like better normals. I don't know. Other than that, I don't think the game's like super unbalanced. All right. Anyways, that's it. Let me know what you guys think about the game. I really like it. I want this game to do well. So also, shouts to Invincible. They sold like 1 million copies. So I guess they're doing something right. I'm still watching the show. I'm on like I'm actually gonna finish season 4 tonight. So I'll be all caught up. So we can spoil everything in the chat. But I've been liking the show, and then I come and play this, and I see new references, and I think that's like one of the coolest experiences. Anyways, take care.